Folks, welcome to Trainwreck. Today, we will be joined by the Buffalo Ball Bandit, Brian Kemp, as we get into everything that has happened since that pigskin flew in and found him in the stands. We're also joined by Abigail Lee for some hot or not, as well as some Buffalo business talk, and my Yankees making history. Can they keep it rolling into Game 4? Let's go!
Somewhere you can leave all your worries on the shelf, and whether you win or lose, you can count on me, and I can count on you. You know this train never stops. This train never stops. You know this train never stops. This train never stops.
Folks, welcome in on this Wednesday, October 8th. We hope you're having a great start to your day, great first half of your week, whether you're in the cubicle, whether you're out on the road or at home right now. Thank you for welcoming us in on Trainwreck today. Heard of Buffalo, Trainwreck Sports, follow along and let's ride. And speaking of let's ride, we got Slick L, we got Dreamboat Don, but we have a very special guest in studio to kick off TT15. Brian Kemp, make some noise. The Buffalo Ball Bandit.
Give it up for him.
Let's face it, there weren't exactly very many plays being made by the offense on Sunday night, but here's a guy who, found a way to make one. So, Brian, thanks for joining us in the studio today.
Hey, thank you very much. It's an honor and a privilege to be here. I appreciate it.
So, obviously, the news, you were on the news yesterday. We're learning a little bit more about you as we go, Brian, here. So, before we get into the experience and everything that happened Sunday night, I want a little bit, of your background as a Bills fan. How long have you been going to games? Who are maybe some of your favorite players growing up?
Yeah, for sure. Been a Bills fan, since I can remember. I remember watching Super Bowl 25 as a kid. My mom telling me, it's time for bed. You got school the next day. And, me saying, no, I'm not going to bed. I got to finish watching this. And obviously subsequently watched every other Super Bowl after that. And been a Bills fan, like I said, since I can remember. Favorite players, obviously the guys from the 90s, Kelly Thurm, Andre Reed, Darryl Talley, Smith, Tasker, of course. Hope you make it to the Hall of Fame, man. Shane Conlon, we used to go to Chautauqua Lake as a kid to vacation and fish. And when we were out on the boat, we would see Shane Conlon's place and see several players down there in the yard, right on the water, literally barbecuing, partying, just having a good time, would always wave to us and stuff. So definitely good memories as a kid.
Met Shane Conlon, our TSE signing last year. Conlon, the Barbarian, people are still loving him out there. So I wanted to get in your brain for that because, like we were talking in the picture, your father, before you're a massive Bills fan. It all leads up to this Sunday night. You're just, minding your own business there as the Bills are trying to take care of the Patriots. Ball comes flying in at you. Because there's so many ways to look at this. There's so much internet judgment and everything. I want to know, what was your 10 seconds leading up to that and your 5 seconds as it happened? What was going through your brain as that all kind of transpired?
So 10 seconds leading up to that was, all right, here comes Allen. He's rolling out to his right again. And in the past, players have caught in touchdown passes right, in that corner. We're in section 106, row 1. And it's just an attractive corner for some reason as far as attention goes, player attention. And I'm like, okay, here he comes. And typically the other fans in that section know to kind of get ready in case there's any action. And so, he comes rolling out to the right and then just fires that bullet. And meanwhile, I've got, some cowbells in my hand because when the defense is working, we try to be as loud as possible.
Okay, you're a cowbell guy. Huh? That's how you're making your extra noise?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm a helmet on the seat guy, from extra noise.
You got to respect going out of the way to get some extra noise in there.
Listen, he's doing everything he can, BK, to make some extra noise, be that much more of a 12th man.
You have to. And so it's flying at my face, and obviously I make the catch. and with the cowbell in my hand and the towel in my other hand. And 5 seconds after the catch, it's just kind of automatically ingrained in my head that if I ever have an opportunity to get my hands on another game ball, it's peace, see you later. You know, my wife and I had this agreement for years now that if we ever do, you know, I'll meet you at the car because I'm out of here. I've had to give them back in the past and not ever.
So that you've gotten your hands on some game balls.
Yes,
before.
sir. Yes, sir. And we were told that, you know, we'll swap it out for you, or we need it back, we'll give you another one. None of which in those instances came to fruition. So, you know, like I said, immediately my first thought was, I gotta, you know, I'm going to the car. And I said to my wife, who was standing next to me.
So is this the
Tara,
whisper part here?
Well, she honestly, I'm going to tell you, it's like, I don't know. I don't recall if she even said anything to me at that point. I know I said to her, I'll meet you at the car. And big shout out to my wife.
I was going to say, shout out, Mrs. Kemp.
Yes.
Shout out to 4 kids. We got a family behind this celebration.
Sure.
We got, I'm not calling him a Peter Griffin, but he's a family guy.
Not only your wife, too, your unofficial agent this week.
Unofficial, yes.
No social
agent.
media, this guy. The wife's been doing the rounds for him.
I love that. Okay, so we're getting you're right next to your wife, whatever. Okay, so take me from there.
Yeah, so I said, I'll meet you at the car. You know, I got the ball, had the
You
ball.
tucked and run.
Had to contain it, you know, because I had the cowbells, 2 in one hand and then the towel the other, contained it. And I didn't put it up my shirt at that point, up the stairs. I just kind of had it in my left hand in front of me, made my way up the stairs and was, you know, thinking, I got to get out of here, you know, before they try to take this ball away.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I think the thing that everyone was impressed with, I'm not saying the whole way up, that burst, that initial burst up.
You were chugging.
And that's an interesting note. You had the cowbell and the towel. So you didn't get to get pumping with the arms or anything. You're kind of doing more of like a little bit of this, right?
Correct.
So that was all leg slick. This guy was just powering up those steps.
Yeah, 2 hands on ball, cowbell, and towel, power run offense up those stairs.
Did I hear you correctly that, so you've gotten a ball before and they said, give it back and we'll give you another one, and then they just stiffed you and gave you nothing?
Yes, sir.
That's why.
So that's happened like how many times?
That's why.
So that's happened once before. And
who was it with, Alan?
So that one was a warm-up session halftime during the punt practice, punt warm-up, and the ball bounced, you know, on the field and literally landed right in our laps. Now,
I'm a dummy. Is that technically a K ball? That's not a K ball because that's punting, right? The K ball is only for the kicking on the kickoff and the field goals.
You know what? I have to. I'm not. Okay. I'm not certain.
No, but right away, one of the guys in the hoodies who was warming up came over and grabbed it from you.
Correct. Okay. Yes, sir. Yeah, and you know, to that end, we do have another game ball. There was an instance during a winter game.
A third ball.
There is a third ball.
There is a third ball, folks.
Oh wow.
You know. So all clarity here, yeah. So during a Miami game, it was in the winter. It was a playoff game. My wife happened to grab a ball. Alan threw a pass to Gabe Davis. It went incomplete, bounced and landed in my wife's hands. We put it down, and the guy came over. Hey, where's the ball? I need the ball back. And everybody said, you know, what ball? What are you talking about?
Oh, that's a you got a good section on your hands.
That's amazing. Yes. Kind of a reverse I'm Spartacus situation.
Was this the Skylar Thompson game?
It had to be. Miami playoff game about 4 years ago.
They had the third stringer in.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, that's amazing.
Wow. So the section went to bat for you there.
It's like the saying is, it's one family, right? So it's all one family. So they had our back. And the staff member came over and said, you know, where's the ball? I need the ball. And the young woman there said, you know, I need the ball, please. I need the ball back. I will give you another one at halftime, I promise. So we gave it back. She did stick true to her word. We had that ball. So
sticking true to your word. Let's go.
Big up.
Clap it up for it. Not recognized enough in this day and age.
For sure. So that was instance number 1. So my thought process was, okay, let's trust them, right?
Yeah.
We were followed
so
through.
Then you got bit the second time.
Yes, sir.
All right. So now we're at the third time. You're running up. Now, this is the funny thing. First off, amazing burst at the beginning of the stairs. Then there's kind of that funny moment at the top with that security guard at the top where they kind of look at you, and you can even see on the video, like they're like, wait, like what's this bloke doing? And then they're like, I'll focus on the game. amidst all of the Tirico madness. So what was going on there at the top of the steps?
At the top of the steps in my mind was just like, all right, how do I conceal this ball? What do I do with this ball so I don't draw more attention to me? Not even the slightest inkling that the camera has been on me, and Mike Tirico was, announcing me all the way up the stairs.
Oh, brother, you were on national TV.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I learned that after the fact.
Yeah.
And so I tucked it under the shirt, did the old shirt tuck, and I looked like a pregnant man, or that I ate too many brats.
That's okay. No problem at a tailgate.
It happens to the best of us.
And I'm not hating. I respect everybody. And so it was just really, not inconspicuous. So I popped it out from under the shirt. I had my towel with me, like I said. I had the cowbells in my right hand, draped it in my left hand, the towel over top, did the old James Cook hold, cowbells in the right. And as I was walking and kind of jogging, the cowbells were jingling, which would draw the attention from any passersby.
Damn it.
The cowbell came back to bite him.
Well, wait, no, it's a good thing. So the cowbells drew the attention. They looked at the cowbells and paid no mind to what was under the towel in my left hand. So made my way through the concourse.
A little Trojan horse action.
Yeah.
You got it. Got up, headed towards the gate to try to decide, really make the final decision. Do I head back or do I leave with this ball? So.
Okay, so clearly it looks like LeBron didn't have the only important decision of the week, Slack. Brian,
clearly
what do we
not.
got?
So I was, contemplating, what do I do with this ball? Obviously, they wanted it back from the other past instances that I had a ball in my hands. And I did make a promise to myself and to my wife and to my buddy at that point.
Family guy.
Yeah, at that point that he had the next ball. The next ball that I got is going to him. And so I'm a guy that sticks true to my word. But at the same sense, I'm a father. I try to live my life morally. I don't want to do anything, negative to impact them or impact my family or myself for that matter. You want to set the best example for the younger generation. And so I'm like, geez, I was really torn. Do I stash this, right? Do I take it back?
And
what
at
do
this
I do?
point, like if I was you, like now I want to put myself in your shoes. Like I'm a season ticket holder. Like you have seasons, you go to a lot of the games. Sorry for something, but it's like, could they ban my season tickets? Like, could they ban me from coming back to an NFL game, or especially one at in Orchard Park? Well, you would never want that. So I think,
especially on the brink of the new stadium,
they're like,
too.
You've got the ball and you're in the clear. You were in the clear. You had no cops behind you. The getaway was done, right? But clearly, like it's like you're looking at the big picture.
It's a moral dilemma.
Yeah,
100%. Yeah, and so. There was no security chasing me. I was not being pursued by any means. Like it was legit normal guy going to get a beer or going to the restroom or whatever. I was kind of just hanging out in the open air areas of the stadium near the gate and trying to decide what course of action do I take? Because I love the Bills. They're, they're the lifeblood.
Life.
Right. It's life. Baby.
Bills are life.
It's life, baby. So, I couldn't not be in a position. I couldn't put myself in a position where I couldn't see them again. Right. So phone rings at that point, and which is crazy, right?
That is crazy.
Yeah,
They already are.
As a season ticket holder, the cell reception is crappy.
100%.
Yeah.
Nothing's operating.
So you are a
stadium.
season ticket holder for the record.
So for the record, I am not a season ticket holder. However, I do purchase my boys' season tickets.
Yeah, it was a split. I think I read that in the article. So
just want to get clear the air.
Yes,
because the one thing I know is you're constantly in that area, but yeah, you don't.
Yes, sir.
Is this the guy that's receiving the ball?
He is.
Oh, then
Yes.
that changes everything.
Yeah.
So phone's ringing,
and he's not ever had. Ever had a game ball since '99. He's had these seats.
Yes.
And has yet to get a game ball.
And when you got that first one, you were in the same seats?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. Changes everything with
Yeah.
that. Okay. So go on with the phone call.
Sorry. So
No, you're fine.
You're
You're
going
fine.
to take us on this journey.
We
Just
need to
then.
ask questions.
Yeah, no, right on. Absolutely. So I get the phone call. I answer it, and it's my wife, Tara. Shout out, Tara.
Shout out, Tara.
And so she's like, "Hey, you got to bring that ball back." And I'm like, What? Are you crazy?
What ball?
Knowing full well we've discussed
Yes,
this.
yeah,
like you- I just told you I'll see you at the car.
clearly in your brain, like there's a Bills official, essentially a Buffalo football official, like essentially standing right next to her, probably.
Something's
at that point.
going on.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Are you crazy? You know the deal here. I said, meet you at the car." And so I'm like, "Are you serious?" And she said, "Yes." You need to bring that back. And I'm like, I don't know. Should I? And she's like, yes, they have another ball for you here. There's 3 sheriff's deputies down here now. They have another ball.
That's low even by your standards.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Whoa, okay.
Oh, no. Allegedly.
That's important.
Yeah, there you go.
Keyword.
Keyword.
And so I'm like, I don't know. What do you think? Should I really do it? Should I trust it? Again, having been burned the last time, I've been told that.
And this has to be a tough situation because, like I said, like the troopers of the village are there, so she probably wants to help facilitate the situation. But you want to just have an honest conversation about your past game ball history and what's happened here. You're trying to figure that out in that moment.
100%.
I want to know too. Did your wife or anyone realize at this point that you were caught in 4K on TV?
None.
No. Okay. Because if I got a call like, "Hey, we're watching at home. We just saw you sprint."
It would be like,
I'd be like, the jig is up.
Yeah, you got
like
when
blood
you
on
get
the
caught
hands.
on video doing something. So it's like, you get caught. It's a little different. You had to think you were kind of in the clear, like you were. There was no boundaries at that point.
100%, absolutely. And so she said, no, you need to bring the ball back. They have another ball that they're going to give you. I'm literally looking at it right here, but they won't give it to me until you come back.
Classic hostage swap situation.
Yeah.
Classic. So, I was like, okay, I'll be back. I'm coming back to the seat. And so made my way back to the seat.
Did you get a round of applause when you came back?
No, sir. No. Because honestly, I was really inconspicuous, still with it under the towel at that point. And
oh my God, he didn't want to give up still.
Yeah,
He's got the prisoner.
He just worked so hard for that baby.
I know. I don't blame him. I don't blame you.
I'll tell you. And so, as I'm walking down the aisle, there's one of the deputies staring up the aisle at me with, a not so happy
dagger
oh man,
on his face with the ball in hand. And so, I'm nonchalantly walking down, still following the gameplay because obviously play is, ensuing on the field. Not trying to walk when the play is going on, trying to be, a responsible fan, not get in anybody else's way, and then make my way down to, our row 1 there. And make the swap. No words were exchanged with that specific deputy during the swap. And I received this ball that I'm holding here. So this is
air horns.
So Alan got the ball back, and I know that QBs are particular. The way that they rough balls.
They want them doctored up exactly how they want them.
So. I want our QB1, the best quarterback in the league, to, have every chance to, be as productive as possible. And if I can play some tiny role in that, that's makes my day.
I'll give extra claps for that.
There's just so much more into it than the binary person online season.
Yes.
It's a binary decision making, not the binary person. Okay, so once you saw the clip of Sirico, what'd you think of that play? Pretty good on you. Made you look pretty good.
I mean, I was dying laughing. I couldn't believe it. Watching myself initially in disbelief, going, oh my God, what am I doing? You know what I mean? I had no idea the camera was on me. That initial thought of, I got to get out. Got to get out of here.
I mean, it was great technique. I saw it was the double step method.
The double step was insane. You could have so easily not gotten it, and not a full out slip, but everyone's half stuttered when you do the double step. I was like, oh my God, this guy
I know me after a tailgate, I'm not running anywhere
except the bathroom.
The way I partake. So
absolutely.
Well, in that particular tailgate, I didn't go as hard as I had the previous game, the previous home game. So just one beer at the game, so I had all my faculties and was able to juke and jive and kind of keep it concealed going up. And what I kind of thought was, you can't even really, couldn't see the ball in that shot with Tirico, announcing me going up the stairs. You couldn't even see that I actually had the ball at that point still.
Right.
So
have any words been exchanged since this handoff?
As far as officials. Yeah. So I went back to the seat, right? We exchanged the ball, gameplay is resumed. And after being at the games in those seats for 4 years, you form a rapport, a relationship with the event security guards.
Yeah, sure,
No one by first name.
Great people.
Great people.
Shout out Wayne. Shout out Wayne in our section.
Absolutely. Shout out Wayne. Shout out to the men and women that protect us, watch over us. Same to the Erie County Sheriff's deputies that are there protecting us as well, who we know by name and are very familiar with. Super great guys. And so, and that was another thing, like you said, you don't want to get banned. You don't want to like burn any bridges, right?
Like, because people are like, well, you got the ball and you got away. No, that they would find out who you were eventually.
100%. Go right to that seat.
I think there's a difference. If this was your first Bills game in 4 years and you just happen to be sitting in the seats and you bought them online through Ticketmaster at the last second, maybe they don't exactly know all the deals, although Ticketmaster is a Bills partner, so I'm sure they can find that out. Yeah. But there's all kinds of ways they can find out, and there can be circumstances that are much worse than I saw some people saying it could be worth like $1,000 or something, like 1,000, like 1,500. The idea is that you got to have an experience that was unique to anyone. I think any Bills fan would love to be like part of the storyline of the game, and that was really cool. Yeah, absolutely. So later on, to get back to your point, Slick, I apologize, I digress.
It's okay.
All good.
So I did, say, hey, I'm not trying to muddy the waters. I'm not trying to make a hassle for, you guys. And I was talking to the deputy who handed me the ball, did the exchange, as well as the sheriff's deputy who always kind of stands in that section and watches over us, who's an awesome guy, great guy, as well as the event security too, that we know, and said, basically said, I'm not trying to be, an a-hole here. I may get called that from time to time, sure, but I'm not trying to make things rough. I'm not trying to make a difficult situation, and exchange the ball, gave it back. So
awesome. Yeah. Wow. That's very credible of you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Very.
No, amazing. I mean, seriously. All right. Now going full circle on this, did you have any favorite memorabilia growing up? And now you're thinking about this experience, you're like, wow, it was kind of full circle.
Yeah, absolutely. Growing up, favorite memorabilia was not Bills growing up. When LaFontaine was supposed to come to LaFontaine, baby.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Generette.
Seriously, rest in peace to a legend. You think of all the memories that he made that much more special, seriously. And obviously, Pat LaFontaine, right there in the early 90s, mid-90s, there was right at the core of it. That's amazing.
Yes. We waited at the Galleria Mall after the Galleria Mall recently opened. LaFontaine didn't show up, but McGillney and Turgeon were there. And I had a signed puck that McGillney signed in a case, a little plastic case, which I still have to this day. He signed it in a gold Sharpie. Still in the original case. The mini sticks, remember the wooden mini sticks?
Oh, yeah.
I signed a couple of those, and then I had a glossy from Turgeon that he signed. The glossy, I don't know whatever happened to that, but I still have the puck. Definitely, as a kid, my favorite Buffalo sports memorabilia growing up.
Sports memorabilia when you're a kid is everything. It seems larger than life for sure.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think this is going to be larger than life, but we didn't want you to leave Trainwreck today empty-handed. What we have for you is a commercial-used Khalil Shakir caught and thrown football. We want you to leave here today with some game news, memorabilia courtesy of Trainwreck today. Huge thank you to our Brooklyn team and Herta Buffalo team. Awesome. Listen, BK, I know you're a big Bills fan. Listen, we're gonna take that even further and appreciate you taking it to the next level by giving the ball back and being a good fan.
Just so you know, him and Khalil probably completed what?
We went 20 and 20. We went 20 and 20. Josh and Khalil have never been on the same page that Khalil and I were on that day.
So he'll tell you himself.
That's the Picasso's one?
Picasso's commercial.
Shout out Picasso's. Awesome pizza.
Indeed,
absolutely. Best sheet pizza in the game. Well, speaking of the best, thank you for coming in and spending some time with us, BK, today. Appreciate the family guy. He's not on social, so you can't track him, but let's track the Bills this year and let's get a Super Bowl.
Yes.
Awesome. Go Bills, baby.
Go Bills. Thank you,
awesome.
BK.
Thank you, BK.
For joining us, brother.
All right, appreciate you. Now, as moving on with our show, Slick, Yankees made some history last night. I know you're ready to write them off, but they did not write back. The New York Yankees come back from down 2-0 first inning, 6-1 third inning. I mean, an amazing game because then it's tied basically halfway through the game. Aaron Judge, a historic home run. You know it was historic?
Why was it historic, Maniac?
No player, I think they said in MLB history, I might be misquoting, has ever hit a home run at 99 plus miles per hour, 1.5 feet inside the strike zone. The ball was 1.5 feet inside. Judge turned it inside, and he got it right off the foul pole. So I still don't understand why when a ball hits the foul pole, it's fair, but I'll figure it out.
Well, it's like hitting a base.
Fair.
The base is right on the foul line, and same thing if you hit the line past the base, that's fair. Or if it bounces fair, goes over the base.
I get
Former
where
umpire here,
Maniac's
so
coming from. It is a
former
weird
umpire,
dynamic.
league
Like when you
umpire.
hit the post and anything else, you don't
That is,
score.
I guess I
But,
never thought
No,
about it.
no,
that
no.
way.
It's just weird to hit the foul pole on the track. That's the only.
I will
It's like
say-
driving on the parkway.
I get it though, and all credit to the Yankees. Aaron Judge, all rise. For what, 3-run homer?
Yeah. So if you're
Jazz right after too.
Jazz the next or an inning later, 2 innings later, we have had we have proximity to Toronto Blue Jays and everything. Do you think Blue Jays fans should be worried after that comeback last night? Yankees were done 6-1.
Yeah, I think they should be.
They should be a little bit
I think they
worried.
should be.
Because if they
the
win
dust
tonight,
is not settled
yeah,
yet.
coming back to Toronto for Game 5, so they get Schlittler tonight. We'll see if he can.
With him on the mound, they got to be worried, right?
We'll see if he can bounce back or not bounce back. Continue on that historical performance. Done.
I'm cheering for Yankees, obviously, but I do, I have to be devil's advocate, and Yankees haven't held them under 6 runs.
That's fair.
They got 6 runs last game, and that was their lowest scoring game. So yeah, they're going to need the Schlitt to come up huge, and really they're going to need to get. I don't know. They might want to consider walking Vladdy because he had another
in Yankee Stadium.
dinger.
They definitely need to consider walking Vladdy. He's been on fire.
He had another dinger, so
he's a wagon.
And he's
RBIs
He's running
in 3
too.
games,
Yeah, he's
so.
running well too.
Folks, just about 5 minutes from joining Abigail Lee, talking Ellicottville Fall Fest and more. But getting underway, NHL Slick.
Yeah, it's kicked off last night. Defending champions raised the banner, obviously. Another one, kind of painful to see.
Another one.
Yeah, struggling early against the Blackhawks. Got out to a quick start there. Blackhawks on the road, but then, Panthers come full circle, defend their ice on banner night. And Penguins, Rangers as well.
3-0. Rangers get shut out. Not exactly a great start in Madison Square Garden.
Well, I'll say, I was going to consider the Rangers for not hot. It is game 1, though. But after the season they had last season, I don't think it's ignorable going and losing on home ice to the Penguins.
3-0. I mean, a pretty putrid effort.
With Shesterkin in net.
Yeah, not exactly good. Our guy Lazzy has to be a little bit worried.
We need answers, Laz.
Yeah. The thing about the Panthers, though, is they're not projected to be good because Barkov and Kachuk are out, right?
Well, yes and no, right? I mean, there's at the end
it's
of
like
the day,
the Bruins. The Bruins were
still got
projected to stink for
Verhaeghe.
3 straight years, and it finally happened in year 3. So
Agreed.
We'll see if it quickly happens with Florida. Speaking of players switching sides between teams, Joe Flacco going from the Browns to the Bengals.
Yeah,
It's kind of a crazy trade.
Yeah, Don, what do you got?
I mean, I was laughing at all the memes of it was like Joe Flacco realizing he's going to a worse offensive line. Cause I mean, that's like a death sentence. That's been the thing with the Bengals forever is they're killing Burrow because they can't find anyone to protect him. Now they're going to put old man Flacco back there. He might break a hip. I'm worried.
Old man Flacco has been very methodical. He's got that dad strength, but
but I mean, he's great in the pocket, but if he's running for his life, it's not going to end well.
Do you think the Bengals have more hope now with Flacco?
Yes.
I think it was a move to try to win some games to get Burrow back and squeak into the playoffs. Hey, for my Patriots missed the playoffs future.
This is
loved
huge.
It. I loved
this
it.
Is huge.
It's huge.
Especially with the
muddy
KC
up
loss.
the AFC wild card race as much as possible. I love it.
We
Great chaos.
we probably need an update on those odds after KC last night, honestly.
Yeah.
Definitely
it's
we're
true.
shifting, Don.
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
That's
because
true.
if KC takes a wild card spot, that's massive. If
Yeah.
Kansas City's the one taking a wild card spot, that's massive for your bet for certain. Speaking of bet, LeBron is betting
On himself.
on himself.
On
Decision
Henny.
2.0. How did you? He's betting on Henny. This was like is LeBron being corny like shtick now? Does he be corny on purpose? Because I don't think so, Slick. I think he's doing the commercials with DraftKings with Kevin Hart. He thinks he's funny. LeBron thinks he's an entertaining guy.
I think there's a piece of him that thinks he's
No powder?
funny and the memes have come because he's funny, but in reality they just come because he's LeBron. But I kind of disagree with you. I don't know if you saw him on Kai Cenat's stream at all. He was being explicitly corny and feeding into all the memes people create about him online, the Lay Farmer and Taco Tuesday and such. So I don't know if it's a shtick. at this point. I think you're right. He does truly think deep down he is a little funny, but
No,
the
LeBron
Hennessy
definitely
decision.
thinks he's the epicenter of entertainment. And he thinks part of that is it being funny.
Oh, well,
Whereas
yeah,
his
I mean-
entertainment and funny is just that he's corny
I mean,
as hell.
yeah,
Everyone
Rich
loves
Paul's your
laughing at him.
manager. Of
I
course, he
think
thinks he's an
it's a
entertainer.
classic. You think people are laughing with you, but we're actually laughing at you.
Like the shop, okay, is a perfect example. When did he say one thing that had any iota of like value on the shop? He was just getting people who were entertaining and he was like, oh yeah, that's how that is.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like that's exactly what it was.
If you want to know LeBron in a nutshell right now, it's that meme of him in the studio being like bang, and it's like the worst song ever.
Yeah.
Like playing over top.
roll up to the rolling store with the rollie-o.
It's like
and then
the worst horns
and then-
ever.
it's so bad.
him and 2 Chainz are like,
Yeah.
And remember that the same studio session when LeBron was like, how about you drop the album and then 2 weeks later, you drop another one, 2 more songs. And 2 Chainz is like, that is genius. And it's like, bro thinks he just invented the deluxe edition.
Seriously. He really does.
Also, the Henny is sit down. I didn't even see the actual decision. I just saw the memes. So I was satisfied.
No powder?
Left it at home.
It was so stupid. Like someone actually wrote that. It makes me mad. And again, we might come off as haters, whatever. Yeah, of course, LeBron's like literally the most popular person on the planet. But like, he's just a cornball.
It didn't
all you
help
can say.
that the news that he was going another
Reddick, you see
season.
Reddick with the press conference when he had to talk about it.
No, what did he say?
Like they're like, did you see the decision 2.0? And like he was literally like mad at first. He's like,
Reddick was,
he's like, you know, it was like an advertisement,
I mean,
right?
if I was Reddick,
Like-
I would have been kind of mad too. Like, where's my Henny deal? I didn't get
Exactly.
to make no
We
decision.
might have to create a parody of that with our friends over at Ice Whiskey.
Yeah.
Yes.
So do something similar.
It didn't help that they
Slick
announced
making
he's going another
decisions.
season
just do
before
it
he
the
even
same
does
with
the
Slick.
decision. Yeah,
No powder?
it's in my pocket.
You dummy. WNBA Finals Game 3 tonight. Mercury, do they have a chance?
Yeah, I think they do. The spread says it all. Like you and I were talking about on Monday. I don't know if I would fall into the Mercury trap though. I still think the Aces are easily going to cover this
The
4.5.
Aces look dominant.
That's what I'm saying.
Like who's stopping Aja Wilson? Nobody.
No one. Nobody.
Plain and simple. No,
And-
I would be very surprised if this goes 4 games.
They counted them out all playoffs.
Yeah.
They wrote them off. They didn't write back.
Yeah,
Now that here they are in the finals again.
It's like, you know, like I say this with respect. It's because they're actually in the same state. It's like when the Arizona Diamondbacks made the World Series like 3 years ago. 2 years ago. Nobody expected them to go on that run. Then they get there and they just get kind of walloped because it's like you were never like good enough to be there to begin with.
You lost all the juices.
Yeah,
You used
lost
them
all the juices. They
You
used
used
the
them
juice.
all up.
They squeezed out the juices.
Drank it all.
Speaking of squeezed out the juices, smashing machine bombs at theaters. But
Yeah.
The Rock actually gives a good performance, I heard.
Yeah, and did you see his Instagram post
No.
yesterday? It was basically him like acknowledging that it was doing terrible in box office.
How did he acknowledge his tribal chiefs to box office?
He said like this movie has changed me so much and I'm ever so grateful despite what the numbers reflect. It was a very brief touch on, but then he goes into this big self-reflection about how it's changed him so much as a person, how he had to transform physically, mentally for the role. Kind of like you said, he transformed into a new form of his own actor self. And I think that's respectable despite the numbers it's doing in box office.
I follow this one guy, Critical Drinker. He like always posts like movie reviews and everything. He said the movie was good or whatever, but the one thing he did point out that is really true is that The Rock is very good at knowing like when the jig is up, like when the shit is up, like whether it was when he was doing like Tooth Fairy and he knew he needed to reload then, whether he knew when it was time to like leave WWE, whether when it was time to become the Fast and the Furious like franchise builder, like he always knows what time it is. And it feels like it maybe took a little longer this time, but he like knows what time it is. Like it's time to go back to more like, you know, like he was larger than life for like almost like a decade, right? Like with the eating the koi or whatever, like all like the 30 pounds of fish a day, like he was definitely just like enhancing a little bit. Like I think we all know that, but like it's just good to see like maybe we have a new era of The Rock coming.
You know what new era of The Rock I think we're getting?
Final boss.
Final boss in Riyadh season.
Oh, not final boss in Riyadh season. Speaking of the boss, our bosses at Salino Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric are forwarding over a Buffalo football giveaway. My goodness, this is an amazing experience. So you call Salino to go ahead and book. So you see there, 716-229-0818. Book your free assessment today with Salino Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric, and you could win the Buffalo football game day experience in Pittsburgh. 4 tickets to the Buffalo versus Pittsburgh game on November 30th. Hotel rooms, swag, and more. Winner drawn Halloween. Eligibility, again, you have to be a homeowner with any assessment with AC 6+ years old. So if you've ever been thinking about getting that old unit replaced or anything of the sort, make sure you're calling our friends at Salino, 716-229-0818. Speaking of dialing up our friends, I think it's time. Let's bring her in, the connoisseur of culture here in Western New York, Buffalo's own Abigail Lee. There she is. We're here. We appreciate you checking in. How's everything going?
We're at the other warehouse today. So this is our weekly check-in where it's distro day in the other warehouse, guys.
It never stops.
Why do I feel like distro day never stops? It's just going to be like one after the other, but that's okay. How's everything going? How are you recovering from our Patriots game? Obviously a great tailgate, but a tough one to take.
The tailgate was awesome. Just kind of disappointing, but you can't win them all. I mean, we're going to win them all. We're going to win the big one, but it's just, it just happens. I mean,
that Kansas City Monday nighter made it a little bit easier, a little bit of a pillow to fall on.
I felt so good. I woke up Monday morning and I was like, yeah, baby. It was good. Yeah.
A little bit of a security blanket.
Speaking of waking up feeling good, there are some who are doing so and some who are not. Let's get into our hot or not, brought to you by our friends at Salino Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric. All right, so why don't I kick it off? We'll go to Slick, Don, and then over to you, Abigail. For my hot, I know Slick hates to see this because he had to admit it, Yankees fans. Let's face it, 3 games they've been on the elimination chopping block, and 3 times they have answered the call. They'll be back in action tonight against the Blue Jays for Game 4, right after 7 o'clock, I believe. So looking forward to that. For my not, I hate to do this because she's an icon and I respect her, but Lisa Barlow. Lisa Barlow on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. We are spiraling. We got owned last night in the French fries or franchise argument. We got to recover. I think there's a lot of season left for Lisa Barlow to bounce back. But right now, not exactly a hot start to the season. Slick, who you got?
Hot, not straying far away from the show content itself. Brian Kemp, the Buffalo Ball Bandit. He was just in our studio. He was in Channel 4 yesterday. Just recorded with Eric Wood this morning. That's going to be available tomorrow. Next thing you know, Maniac, he's going to be on the Jennifer Hudson show getting the cheer squad intro.
I can't wait for him to see Brian Kemp going down the Spirit hallway.
I got to say, too, he was a great guest. A lot of people
Very good.
The lights are too bright. They were not too bright for him.
Full discretion, the studio was laughing up because I was saying, like, I'm gonna be so tough on this guy about giving the ball back. But everything he said was super relatable. So I give him credit for heating up there, Slick.
Good dude, hot. He'll be on all the shows this week. But my not hot coming off this Saturday of college football, Chapel Bill. And adding to it on Sunday Night Football as well, because a former UNC quarterback goes and gets a big win in Orchard Park on Sunday Night Football. What are we told through the media? That Chapel Bill is telling all his staff, executives, not to acknowledge anything about the Patriots. Otherwise, I think we would have seen some sort of congrats from the UNC organization. Chapel Bill creating his own salty trail of tears, it seems like, Don.
Yeah, that's a truly bizarre situation over there with him. But so for who's hot, I'm kind of piggybacking off what Abigail want to talk about. Our guy, Trevor Lawrence. I mean, that play in particular.
Oh, my God.
Kid stepped on, falls,
Amazing.
Tries to get up, falls again. And then keep in mind, too, there's 20 seconds left. No timeouts.
Yeah, no timeouts.
If he falls, they're cooked.
Yeah.
So that was crazy. Also, shout out Chris Jones for throwing the game.
Now, as much as we can, like, I mean, I feel like the double
Big man
fall
was
down,
tired.
the double fall down kind of camouflaged Trevor Lawrence from Chris Jones. He definitely like gave up because he thought like the play was over. And then next thing you know, Trevor Lawrence is like hobbling into the end zone.
Why do I feel like Chris Jones has been the most memeable guy in the NFL the past like 3 seasons?
Yeah, it's been wild, but we love it. We love to see the Chiefs fail. And like I said, muddying up that wild card race. But over to who's not. We touched on it already. This is my fault. I didn't know this was already in the show notes. But yeah, our guy LeBron,
Look at that
this
photo.
new Hennessy deal.
Oh, no, not LeBron with the Hennies.
Just such a cheesy photo.
He looks so old in that photo.
Man, like, and
Why does he have
I hate to say this. I hate to say what I'm about to say right now. It's giving Kendrick Perkins. It absolutely is. He looks just as much like Kendrick Perkins as he does LeBron.
It's giving a mix of Kendrick Perkins and Kendrick Lamar with that outfit. Was he
there's-
wearing a picnic table?
There's some major dad energy going on
He is
there.
wearing
But
a-
he isn't the father. So you know what? I'm sorry, LeBron. You might make it back into who's hot territory once the NBA season picks up.
We'll
but
see.
that ad was stupid.
Abigail, wait, you don't have an exclusive alcohol deal, do you?
I'm with Smirnoff.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's
sorry.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
wow.
forgot the Smirnoff drink, making the drinks. Okay, that's my bad. Drop the ball on that one.
Smirnoff, red, white, and berry. Heck yeah. That's
Red, white,
official,
and berry.
official vodka of the Buffalo Bills.
Can't go wrong with that
There we
color
go.
scheme. Speaking of can't go wrong, who you got for your hot and not?
I don't have a hot because I was super disappointed from
Distro Day. The other
Distro
one
Day.
is Distro Day 2 is
2 weeks in a
hot.
row. 2 weeks in a row. Distro Day stays hot.
Distro Day stays hot, but I do have a who's not, obviously. I misspoke earlier. I said Monday morning. I woke up super happy. I was not happy Monday. Yesterday.
What a correction by Abigail. Show
Sorry.
professional. I love that.
Sorry. Yesterday I woke up with a new pep in my step because who is not hot is the Kansas City Chiefs. It's going down. This is everything's panning out this year, and I am so excited because it's all good for the Bills, and that is all I care about.
You know, the Bills and Chiefs are both in primetime. Lions, Sunday Night Football. Lions at Chiefs. And then we got Monday Night Football.
So Chiefs are 2-3. You know who else is 2-3? Meow.
Oh, no. Not the
Our Panthers,
our
baby.
Panthers,
Yeah,
for sure.
baby.
Shout out Meow Mix for getting in this. We'll be visiting them later in the
I
in the
saw
month
them
as well.
post on Facebook yesterday.
Uh-oh.
Big things are happening.
Oh, now big things are happening.
Yup.
All right, we'll talk about the football in a bit. We'll put that on the side platter because, Abigail, we have got Fall Fest. I know Slick is pumped. I know Don's going to perform at Ellicottville. Talk to us about the culture. What do people need to be tuned in for this year? Flannel, is it still the safest play, or is there maybe something else they should be targeting? What should Slick be locking in for the weekend?
Flannel. I want Slick. You're wearing a flannel, no shirt underneath, just wide open. Okay?
Wow.
Dang.
I want you to know from.
I knew that crop top got to you, kind of.
I loved it. It was my favorite.
So, am I going to see you down there then?
So I've actually never been to a fall fest. It's
Okay.
super fun though. I mean, I almost feel like though it's just the crowd of Buffalo going out, the Chippewa cruise and the 500 cruise. It's just everyone kind of migrating down. That's my opinion. To fall.
It's absolutely a Buffalo field trip for the weekend.
Yeah, it's almost Real Housewives-esque, like, or a Bravo show. Because in the middle of every Real Housewives or Bravo season, they go on a trip. They go, like everyone ships off somewhere and they take their debauchery to, Monte Carlo. But in the case of Western New York, it's taking it to Ellicottville. So there was some keen analysis there, Abigail.
Yeah, needed the fashion advice and had to ask because I have run into Abigail down there in the past. I think her first time skiing, and they let you. Was that a train wreck, Abigail, or did you do well? I forgot.
I played hockey my whole life. I know how to ski. I got it.
I heard different things, but okay, yeah. I other than the hockey, okay.
We may have to do an Abigail versus Slick hockey challenge.
We can do that. That's fine.
Put some tickets on the line.
All right.
wow,
I don't hate
yeah,
that.
yeah,
I don't
might
hate
do
that.
that.
Why not?
Speaking of tickets and looking ahead, are you going to be in Atlanta this Monday?
You know what? I'm actually going to sit this one out because it's distro day every single day. We're so busy.
Yep.
I'm going to gear up for the bye week, really hit it home in here. And then I will be going down to Carolina. So super pumped about that. I lived there for 3 years. I'm so ready for this game. That's the next one I'm heading to, and I'm all game for that.
Seriously.
We will be there as well. Hopefully,
very important.
Hopefully
take
the Meow Mix boys.
Take care of business against Atlanta. Then we got the bye week, like you said, and then we're all shipping down to Carolina. Don, Slick, and myself will be there as well. Saturday, we got the game day hospitality golf event with Poncho's Army. And then, of course, Sunday, we got the tailgate, Bills, Panthers, and getting a dub and bringing it back. So love to see that. Besides that, I mean, have you any other notifications? We were talking some Buffalo business bonanza. I don't know if you want to give any shout outs or anything. But anything else for the fall season as we truly get into it?
It's just been crazy. I think the Buffalo fashion is it's just more and more. I've been seeing all these new businesses come out, and it's just cool because I've been able to meet a bunch of new people, and everyone's coming together for the right causes. So it's just been it's been nice to see how positive people are, the right people, and going forward from there. So I'm just pumped. I love what I do. Obviously, I do this just because I love football so much, and I'm seeing more and more people who love football, and that's their sole reason for, doing all of this. That's why they do it. So we got to keep supporting the right people and keep supporting our Buffalo businesses. Love it.
It can be a slippery slope, Don. The community is great. There's a lot of great vendors out there, like Abigail said, but you got to make sure we're supporting the right people.
Yeah, for sure. Always, keep it local and all that. And I think I got a good fall question for Abigail and the whole squad, actually.
Let's go.
This has been on my mind a lot lately. You can only keep one: pumpkin or apple, and everything they entail. So we're talking pumpkin spice, pumpkin pie. We're talking apple cider donuts, apple crisp.
It's the apple without a question.
I hate to say it, I'm such a big apple guy. I'm such a big apple guy.
The apple's catalog just smashes the pumpkins, no pun intended.
Apple cider, apple, Honeycrisp apples, Tim
Producer
apple.
Rachel's shaking her head.
Apple products.
I don't know. I think apple. Dang, when you put it out like that, I'm usually a pumpkin girl through and through, but like an apple cider donut.
This month of October, I feel like the share is like 80% pumpkin, 20% apple. But the rest of the calendar, you're looking at like 80% apple, 20% pumpkin at best for the other 11 months. So it's
yeah. Well, it's apple picking season in Western New York, so that's why it's hot. We're lucky to get them shipped in year round, but this is a hot time for it. I'm looking forward to having a slice of apple pie and a pumpkin spiced latte together. It sounds like a marriage in heaven.
What about a slice of pumpkin pie and a hard apple cider?
Oh.
Yeah, why pick when we can have both?
Not gonna lie, hard apple cider absolutely is the ghost.
Smashes.
Yeah.
Hot or cold? Like a hot cider? How you?
I mean, hot always plays. But I feel like you gotta go cold.
I can do warm, but like with the hard cider, I gotta go cold.
Hot toddy.
Yeah, see, I'm with her. Hot with rum.
Scotty too hot.
Hot cider with rum. Yeah.
All right. Well, no better time to get into it than the second half of the week. Anyone with any final thoughts as we get ready to sign off and shout out here on Trainwreck today?
Go Sabres, kicking off the season tomorrow at KeyBank Center. Pumped for that. Hockey season's back, baby.
I'm going.
Yeah, me too. And one of these guys. So speaking of which,
we didn't address this.
But the challenge has fallen by the wayside. We're not going to point any fingers. I'm not going to blame anybody. We all been busy, but
we can blame Mother Nature. I
fellas,
think in a big part.
We have the trivia questions, and we're going to have to figure out.
Should we do a trivia question right now? Should we do the first round right now?
Yeah. You want to do the first
round
right
now? With Abigail watching, the pressure's on.
Okay.
She could even answer and steal.
So this is what it'll be. It'll be trivia, and then we're going to do bubble hockey, and then if we need a third tiebreaker, that's a secret tiebreaker. So you're both going to get 2 questions each, and depending on the score, we're going to have a hand buzz in. All right. Okay. So we're going to start off with Zach.
Okay.
What is the name of the fake player the Sabres drafted in the 1974 NHL draft?
Taro Tsujimoto.
Correct. Okay. Next one is for Slick. What goalie has the most saves in Sabres history?
Ryan Miller.
Correct.
That was a good snipe.
Correct. All right.
Tempted to go Hasek. I could feel it.
How many sellouts did the Sabres have last season?
That's for Zach.
That's for Zach. Abigail, try to help him.
I mean, I want to say 4.
Incorrect. It was 1. They had 1 sellout.
I was trying to give him credit.
Yeah, I would have been right
All
there
right.
with you.
Yeah.
For Slick, who has the worst plus-minus in Sabres history?
Oh, I feel like I know this. This is going to be a crazy guess, but Tyler Myers.
It is
You're
Rasmus
close. It's Rasmus
Ristolainen.
Ristolainen.
Yep.
Big
Okay,
defenseman.
we're tied 1-1.
All right, we're tied up. We'll have to go to a tiebreaker.
Final
but this,
question.
Oh, okay. Oh, hand buzz?
Oh, wow.
This
okay.
is the 5th question. Yeah, so this worked out perfectly. Hand buzz. Actually, we're going to do this. Hand has to be behind your back.
All right.
Yeah, there we go. Okay.
So intense.
Who is the Sabres' all-time leader in games played? Ooh.
Alex McGillney.
Danny Gare?
Gilbert Perreault.
I was going to go with the...
So it's a tie. It all comes down to bubble hockey.
all right, it all comes down to bubble hockey.
All right. Well,
I
stay
believe-
tuned,
thank you,
folks.
Bleach. Thank you, Abigail Lee, for joining us. Thank you, Brian Kemp. You heard that
Here's
Brian
Chris
Kemp, Abigail Lee, with the crew here at Bruckman Media, holding things down behind the scenes. Heard of Buffalo Network, Trainwreck Sports. Make sure you're following along because it's never stopping. We're going into the weekend. Weather's not getting better, but we are getting crazier. So make sure you're following along and make sure to go have a good second half of your week and start it with a good day now.